Hey guys, Sean here. I've noticed online that people have been doing, like DVD collections, Blu-ray collections, what have you. So I figured just do a video on what DVDs I have right now. Um, and I'm gonna be doing these like alphabetically, just because that's the way I am with my movies. I arrange them all alphabetically, and that way I can combine them easier. So I'm just gonna do these all alphabetically, and hope you guys enjoy the video. So first up, I am actually standing in front of my shelf, so I don't have to walk over back and forth. Just so you guys know. First off, I have Agent Cody Banks 1 and 2. I'm not sure if you can really see it. See, there's the first movie, and then there's the second one. Um, I really liked these movies when they first came out. I haven't really watched them in a long time, so I don't really know if they're still good or not. They were very enjoyable when I first got them. Let's see. Season 1 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know technically this would be an M because of Marvel's, but the show is freaking called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so screw it, it's under the A's. But yeah, a lot of people bash the show, I don't know why, but I found it very enjoyable, even from the very first episode. Um, some people say that the only reason why the show got any success was because it, mentioned something from one of the movies. And no, that's not the case, it's because it's actually a damn good show. Some people who say that, some people who say it's only good because of what they mentioned from the movies, you guys are just weird. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm sorry, you're just weird. Let's see, and then you got, and then I got Airbud, the first one, where he plays basketball. This is the only one I really remember seeing as a kid. The only one I really liked, and mostly because basketball is my favorite sport. What it is, still is. So yeah, I really like this movie. I don't remember seeing the other ones, but this one's really good. And then I got all three Alvin and the Chipmunk movies. Some people like these, some people don't. I'm probably in the minority that actually doesn't like these movies. Although this one, I'll admit, is kind of the weakest. Not because it didn't make sense, but it just partially because it didn't make sense. It just didn't seem right at all. And then I got American Pie, the theatrically released 4 movies. American Pie, American Pie 2, Wedding, Reunion. I don't have the spinoffs because mainly I didn't really care for them. I watched them, and I really only cared for 2 of them. I figured, what's the point if I'm not going to own all 4 of them? So I was like, screw them. And then let's see. Hold on. Here we go. And then I got Austin Powers, all 3 movies. It's in a triple feature box set thing, just without the box. It's a triple feature set. And then you got Marvel's The Avengers. Now, this is my favorite movie that Marvel has ever produced. And I'm talking about Marvel in general. Not just the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm talking about the Marvel back catalog from freaking Blade all the way till present day. This is the best movie, in my opinion. Better than like X-Men Days of Future Past and all the other movies that people are saying are good. And then I got the 4 film favorites of Batman. You got 89 Batman, Batman Returns, there, and then Forever, Batman and Robin. Now, I actually do like these movies, regardless of what people think. Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, though, I do acknowledge its flaws. It's not completely terrible like some people say, but I will admit it's just not as good as some of the other movies. that the Batman series has produced. I will admit that. It's not horrible, it's just not as good as some of the other Batman movies. I will acknowledge that one. And then I got some other Batman movies. I got Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. I saw a couple episodes of this TV show. I thought it was okay. This movie I think is really good. Hang on. And then I got the Dark Knight trilogy, which I have reviewed on here. See, yeah, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, which is my favorite of the series, and then the Dark Knight Rises. Maybe someday I will do like a re-review or revisit review, whatever. Someday maybe, I don't know. And then you got, hold on. Here we are. And then you got the Back to the Future trilogy, 25th anniversary set. These are really good movies. I like these movies. Surprisingly, they have not done a remake of Back to the Future yet. Out of all the 70s and 80s movies they've been remaking, surprisingly, Back to the Future's not gotten a remake yet. I'm just saying it's a surprise. And then you got, and I know that one came out of order, but it's just the way my movies are arranged. But then you got Batman Under the Red Hood. This one's very good. I like this one out of the animated movies. This is my second favorite out of animated movies. I have already reviewed this before and found it very enjoyable. And I know you probably can't see some of it because of the glare from the window behind me, but sorry. And then you got the two-part Batman The Dark Knight Returns. This is my favorite animated Batman movie. I know I said movie instead of movies because it's essentially one film split into two parts. But this is my favorite of the animated Batman movies. Really enjoyable. And then you got the Jim Carrey movie, Bruce Almighty. Pretty much anything Jim Carrey related I watch. Just because Jim Carrey's always been one of my favorite actors, and I'll watch pretty much anything he's been in. Captain America: The First Avenger and Captain America: Winter Soldier. These are good movies. Winter Soldier I think is better because it's just a storyline and the overall arcing plot twist, I guess you say, was very shocking and surprising. A lot of people are going to probably hate me for this, or probably bash me for this, whatever you want to say, but I actually did enjoy this movie. I thought it was really good. Really sad towards the end, but yeah. Chucky 6-film set, or Chucky the Complete Collection, whatever you want to call it. It includes all 6 movies, and yes, I do enjoy some of them. Some less than others, but what have you. This one I think is the best. The Curse I think is the best one of the series. Although it does seem the most like a direct sequel to the first movie than the other movies do. Which I kind of find that weird. Who knows? And then you got Stone Cold Steve Austin movie, The Condemned. Thought this was really good. Parts of it I don't understand, but it's still a very good movie. Check it out if you can. Oh, hang on. I'm getting into these now, so hold on. Yeah, Daredevil, the theatrical cut and the director's cut. This one I do agree is a lot better than the theatrical version, but I will admit there are some bits from this I do miss being in like certain pieces of dialogue they cut out for some stupid reason. And I also like this cover art much better than this one, but this movie's a better version overall. Maybe someday I'll review Daredevil because there are some stuff on it I'd like to talk about. Okay, now we're back on track. Here we are. Doom with The Rock and Carl Urban. This is the unrated extended edition. It's a very good movie. I liked it. Very enjoyable. It's one of Rock's earliest movies, and he's good in it. Check it out if you can. Dracula Untold. A lot of people didn't like this movie. I don't know why, because I find it very enjoyable. But if you guys don't like it, then that's completely understandable. It's your opinion. I'm not going to insult you for it. So I hope you don't insult me for liking it. Because I think this is a very well done movie. Luke Evans was perfectly casted as Dracula. The story, the origin story they gave him is a very interesting one, very entertaining, and it's a fun movie. So if you guys have the chance, check it out. Hopefully you guys like it. If not, well, at least I do. Hey guys, this is Dread, Carl Urban. Yes, this is the second Carl Urban movie I own. I have a couple other ones too. I'll get to them. But this one's very good. It's a lot better than the '95 movie with Stallone. I've already reviewed this on my channel. Please, if you want, check out. If you want to know my thoughts on it, please check it out. I still don't understand why they never made a sequel to Dread, though. Sad day. Alright, let's see. And you got Dumb and Dumber. Hang on. This one. You got Dumb and Dumber and Dumb and Dumber when Harry Met Lloyd, double feature. And then you got Dumb and Dumber 2. A lot of people didn't like Dumb and Dumber 2 for some reason, but I still liked it, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a reach out of the first movie, but I still found it entertaining, you know. But it's a lot better than the 2003 prequel. But yeah, I'll admit the first movie's still the best. Excuse me. Dumb and Dumber 2 is second best, and then the prequel is the worst. But yeah, I'll admit Dumb and Dumber 2 is a reach out of the first movie, but still enjoyable. At least from where I am from where I'm standing. And then you got the two Fantastic Four movies. A lot of people bash these movies for reasons I will never understand because they actually stick to the comic books. Unlike the newer movie, which is going to be completely going against the comics, and yet people seem to be on board with it. Hypocrites. But yeah, these movies are very entertaining. Watch them if you haven't. I like them, and if you don't, it's a matter of opinion. That's all I can say. I have the entire Fast and Furious series, 4 of which are on 2 double features because they were cheaper that way. See? Correct. 4 movies on 2 double features, and I got 5 and 6 here because it was cheaper that way. And I have seen Fast 7. It's a really good movie, but not as good as 5 and 6. I have that review on my channel, just like I have the review of Rusty's movies on my channel. Check them out if you want to know my thoughts. But yeah, and just so you guys know, the chronological order goes 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3, 7. Just so you know, and knowing is half the battle. So for all you guys, Tokyo Drift is chronologically the 6th movie. Just so you know. And I got Garfield here. 2 good movies in my opinion. Very entertaining movies, I think. And then you got Ghost Rider. This one I liked more. I don't care what other people say. This one's very enjoyable. This one's good too. The only thing I didn't like about it was that they basically X-nayed everything about the first movie, except for the fact that Nicolas Cage is still playing Johnny Blaze. That's the only thing I don't like about Spirit of Vengeance. They pretty much X-nayed the original movie and essentially act like it never happened. That's the only problem I have with Spirit of Vengeance. And then you got Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. This is a good movie. Don't care what anyone says. I highly enjoy it. Ryan Reynolds was amazing as the Green Lantern. I just really like this movie a lot. Another movie with The Rock, Gridiron Gang. This one's really fun. It's a really fun movie, really good. It's got a great storyline. It's based on pretty much true. It's based on a true story, and it's just a good, fun movie. Check it out. Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, starring Jim Carrey. Like I said, I have a lot of Jim Carrey movies. This one's a fun movie. It's really good, really entertaining. Most people I don't think like it. Most people like it, some people don't. And that's understandable with most movies. I found this very fun, very entertaining. And yeah, it does stray from the book in parts, but it still sticks to, I think, the spirit of Dr. Seuss, at least, in my opinion. Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, this movie I was not expecting to be as good as it is. I was actually expecting it to be a train wreck. And it's a very fun movie. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought it was amazing. It is, I would say, my second favorite Marvel movie ever. That's how good it is. No, third favorite, I think, after Age of Ultron, which I have seen. And I have a review of that too, as well as this one. Hannibal Lecter series, you see. Hannibal Rising, Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal. These are entertaining movies. Some I like more than others. This one I don't really care for. I mean, I'm sure it has its fans, but it's okay. I know a lot of people hate this one for reasons I will have no idea, but I like this one the most in the series. I think it's a very nice origin story, very entertaining. I don't see why people don't like it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see probably because they're not having Anthony Hopkins, would be dope. But these movies are very entertaining for the most part. I like them, and when I watch them, I usually watch them in chronological order, which goes this, this, and then finally this. The only thing that makes no sense about Hannibal, this one here, is that there's a scene that mentions what happened to Jack Crawford, and I kind of wish they would have left that in for fans to actually find out what happened because he's not in the movie. But other than that, I think it's a very entertaining movie. I just kind of wish they would have left that Jack Crawford explanation in the movie, and I think it would have been a little bit better. Still fun and entertaining though. We're coming up almost on 20 minutes. Well, technically it's 18 minutes, but we're coming up on 20. Anyway, let's see. And then you got Harry Potter movies. I love these movies. These are very entertaining movies. I've actually grew up with these movies, literally. Because I was about 10 years old when Sorcerer's Stone was released, and 20 when Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out. I've only seen some of them in theaters, I think. I know I saw Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Order of Phoenix, and I believe Half-Blood Prince in theaters. And then Deathly Hallows Part 1. So the only ones I didn't see in theaters were 1, 2, and Deathly Hallows Part 2. But yeah, these are good movies. Sorcerer's Stone, you got Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and then Deathly Hallows Parts 1 and 2. These are good movies. Check them out if you haven't. And then I got the Hobbit trilogy, even though I got Desolation on extended edition. I'm trying to find the extended edition of the other two, or at least the other one, because Battle of Five Armies just came out on DVD, and I have to wait for the extended cut until the end of the year. But yeah, so I got actually Journey theatrically released, theatrical cut, Desolation Smog theatrical cut, their extended edition of Desolation, and then theatrical release of Battle of Five Armies. These are good movies. I don't care what anyone says. People say these movies suck, and I say, phooey on you, because these are good movies. The only thing I really don't like is the fact that they're told as a giant flashback, which kind of negates any dramatic tension you're trying to put Bilbo into, because if you see the beginning of an unexpected journey, you know Bilbo will go through the journey no matter what. So it kind of ruins any dramatic tension you are trying to put him through. And I would recommend new fans watch Hobbit first before you see Lord of the Rings, regardless of what people say, because these chronologically come first. But that's just my advice. You watch them any way you want. And I got the Hulk and the Incredible Hulk. This one I don't really like all that much. I just own it because it's Hulk. This one I like a lot. The Edward Norton movie, this one's really good. And this is the one that ties into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Even though they replaced the actor in Avengers, this is the one that still ties in. The only difference is the actor and the Hulk design, which for some reason in Avengers they make him look like that Hulk, which I kind of thought was stupid. But yeah, this one basically is and I'll do a review of it someday and explain it. But the backstory does connect to Captain America, I will say that much. And you got The Incredibles, one of my favorite Pixar movies. I really like this one. I think it's a very enjoyable movie. They have announced a sequel. Finally, after 10 years, we're getting a sequel. Then again, it took them 11 years to release Toy Story 3 and about 12 years to release Monsters University. Pixar and their sequels take too long. And then you got Indiana Jones. You got Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which is technically a prequel. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which is my favorite of the series. And then you got Indiana Jones and the King of the Crystal Skull. A lot of people say this one sucked. I think it's very enjoyable, but people in their nostalgia, they say stupid things. These two movies are my favorite in the series. Not that I didn't care for the other two, I just like these two the most. And I know what you're going to say, Sean, you're a weirdo, and that's fine. I'm entitled to be a weirdo. And I got Iron Man's 1, 2, and 3, very entertaining movies. Cool. After you see that, we can, there you go. Looney Tunes Back in Action, the sort of kind of sequel to Space Jam. It's kind of a standalone sequel, I think. It's very entertaining, it's very fun. You like especially like the Looney Tunes. Let's see. And then you got Lord of the Rings. Very cool movies. And you got Fellowship of the Ring theatrical, Two Towers theatrical, Return of the King theatrical, and Return of the King extended edition. I'm trying to find the other two movies extended, just like with the Hobbit movies, trying to find the other two. So we got The Mask and Son of the Mask. Again, another Jim Carrey movie. Like I said, I love Jim Carrey, so I have a lot of his movies. The Mask from '94. This one's really good. It is basically a cult classic. I love this movie. I've loved it ever since I was a kid. Son of the Mask, I liked it first, but as I've gotten older and seen it a couple more times, I realized how stupid it is. It has little to do with the original movie, and it's just made to make a quick buck. Very much. And then you got the Men in Black movies. See? Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones, Rip Torn, Josh Brolin, etc., etc., etc. I think these are fun movies. Anyone who says differently is just weird. Put it that way. Antonio Shalhoub is in these ones, except for this one, same with Rip Torn. For some reason, Rip Torn and Tony Shalhoub are not in this movie. Rip Torn, his character Zed, was killed off basically due to something about Rip Torn robbing a bank when he was drunk around 2010, something like that. I read that up on the internet, I could be wrong, but for some reason Zed is killed off, and what was Shield's character? Jeeves, for some reason, is not in this movie. And then you got Monsters Inc. and Monsters University. Another two of my favorite Pixar movies. This one is a prequel to Monsters Inc. So chronologically, and obviously this will come first. There are a couple continuity errors with this movie, but I only noticed two of them, and that's with the line that's said in the first movie when Mike says, "You've been just my good looks since the fourth grade," whereas in this movie, meet him in college. And then the other one I noticed was that in this one they don't remember working for the Abominable Snowman. Other than those two continuity errors, these movies do fit very well together. And I got the Mummy trilogy. These are good movies. These are really good movies. You got to see. You got the Mummy, Mummy Returns, and then Mummy 2 and Dragon Emperor. Some people say this one's the worst this year's. I don't think it's the worst, but I will admit it's not as good as the first two. Actually, that kind of means I'm saying it's the worst. Who knows? I do enjoy it, put it that way. But yeah, I will admit it's not as good because they don't have Rachel Weisz or this guy right here. Or Death Pay, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I could be wrong. I used to botching names. Then you got National Treasure 1 and 2, very entertaining movies. They're enjoyable. Watch them. This one is basically him trying to prove his family's innocent in the Lincoln assassination. Very good movies. And then you got the Night of the Museum trilogy. Okay, why is the colors in here? The only real problem with this one I have is that the kid from the first two is not in it. And that literally makes no sense. But other than that, very entertaining movie. Good conclusion to the series. The ending, I think, though, the epilogue or whatever you want to call it, was kind of pointless because it basically ruins a dramatic scene, basically. But still, very entertaining movie. And then you got the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. This is the original 8 movies of Robert Englund, and this is the remake, which I have enjoyed very much. I think this remake is better than the original movie, but that's my opinion. And I'm entitled to it. Yeah, yeah. And then, yet again, another Jim Carrey movie, number 23. This one I really like. It's basically one of Jim Carrey's really dramatic roles, and I think he's really good in this movie. Um, it's basically where he reads this book called Number 23 and starts seeing everything at average 23, and he becomes incredibly obsessed with that number. It's a very fun movie. Very psychological, kind of a horror-like movie. Still a fun movie. Go and see if you have. See if you have. See. Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief, Sea of Monsters. Good movies. God, I hope they make the third movie. Perks of Being a Wallflower. I love this movie. This movie, it reminds me of how I was in school. Like, I was always the shy one, hanging back, alone, never being involved in activities and whatnot. This movie is a really fun movie, and I love this movie to death. Watch it. It's that good. Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, yeah. Curse of the Black Pearl. Dead Man's Chest. At World's End. On Stranger Tides. This movie had no reason to exist. Mainly because it's pointless, stupid, and for that matter, based on a goddamn book. Really? You go from 3 movies based on a... Hang on. You go from 3 movies based on a Disney ride to being based on a book. Wow, you guys are stupid. But yeah, these 3 movies are very good, very enjoyable. For the most part, they fit very well together, and they do make a trilogy, which is a self-contained trilogy, I should say. This is just a standalone piece of crap. Real Steel with Hugh Jackman. This is a fun movie. I really like the movie. It's about robot boxing. It's about a father-son rediscovering their relationship through robot boxing, and they finally have a bond between them with that. It's a very fun movie. The 2014 RoboCop remake. Very good, very fun, very entertaining, a lot better than the original movie, regardless of what people say. Just give it a chance, is all I'm saying. Saw. The complete movie collection. All 7 films on 4 discs and in 1 case. Good movies. Scooby-Doo. 4 film favorites thingy. For some reason, I don't know why the case looks different. You got Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo Monster Unleashed, Scooby-Doo Mystery Begins, and then Scooby-Doo Curse Lake Monster. These are good movies. Yes, again, a Jim Carrey movie. Like I said, I have a lot of Jim Carrey movies. This one is good. It's not great. It's not perfect. It's good. based on a series of books about these kids who parents die and they get shipped from pretty much foster care. It's basically from guardian to guardian, and this evil guy, played by Jim Carrey, is basically trying to inherit their money. Basically, my best plot synopsis description. '17 again, another Zac Efron movie which I thought was very good. Basically, where he and Matthew Perry from Friends share a role about a man who basically wishes he could go back in time and redo his life, and he gets that chance when he's turned back into a 17-year-old man and is able to redo his life, wondering if he'll make the same choices he did before. Sherlock Holmes 1 and 2, Game of Shadows. Fun movies, very entertaining. I love seeing Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law pair up as Holmes and Watson. I think they're perfect together. There's talks of a third movie, which I don't know if they're getting it off the ground yet. They're still working on the script, and Robert is so tied to the Marvel universe. I don't think they'll be able to do it because of that. But I hope they do, because these two are really good. You got the Shrek series, fun, entertaining movies. They pretty much rip on fairy tale stuff. And it said this one's the final movie, but I think there's a fifth one in the works. I don't know yet. I'll probably get back to you guys. The Tower of Movies. Okay, and you got the Simpsons movie. Very fun, very entertaining, based on an awesome TV show. It's just good. Watch it if you like. If you like the Simpsons TV show, you'll probably like this movie. Sky High, pretty much superhero high school. Pretty much. Space Jam, fun movie. I liked it when I used to like it when I was a kid. Still like it nowadays. Yeah, Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes. Along with Bill Murray, Wayne Knight, and Danny DeVito, a bunch of other people. And they do kind of make a Ghostbuster joke, which I thought was funny. Spider-Man series. You got the original Raimi trilogy, which I freaking like a lot. And you got the Amazing series, which I don't really care for that much. Now, this movie is the movie that got me into the comic book movie genre. This one's very fun, very entertaining. I think it's it tells a very good storyline. Lots of goodness. Spider-Man 2, fun, entertaining. Not as good as the first one in my opinion, even though a lot of people like it better. Spider-Man 3, fun, entertaining. Not as good as the first two, but I think very entertaining. These two movies are just okay. They're decent. These two focus more on setting up future movies rather than telling an interesting storyline. Not to mention they focus more on telling storylines that have been told before. So, yeah. by kids. Now, I used to like these movies as a kid, apart from this one, just really not back then. But I used to like these movies as a kid. They're fun, entertaining, good trilogy. Notice it's a trilogy. Because this movie, this should never exist. This is a rancid piece of crap. The only decent thing in this movie is the fact that we see Carmen Jr. again grown up, and any and all references to the first 3 movies. The rest of it makes no sense, is completely stupid, and has nothing to do with the original 3 movies. Why Robert Rodriguez barely even made it, bothered to make it, I have no idea. Star Trek Into Darkness. I think these movies are good, regardless of what people say. They're very fun, very entertaining, and action-packed. And yes, I have seen the other 10 movies, and like I said in my reviews for these ones, I am not going to go through and review all 10 movies because that would be too long to do. Star Wars prequel trilogy. Some like them, some hate them. I like them a lot, but that's my opinion. Now, Star Wars original trilogy. Some like them, some really like them. I think they're okay. And the thing about these is I have this. I have the special edition and the original theatrical cut. Right? The original theatrical edition, whatever you want to call it. See, special edition. Original theatrical version. Special edition. Original theatrical release. Which I never watched those. I never watched theatrical releases. Star Wars The Clone Wars. Thought it was okay, but I think the micro series is a lot better and it ties into the movies a lot better. That's all I'm saying. Stuart Little 1 and 2, good movies, very fun. Michael J. Fox voices Stuart Little. Superman movies. Superman the movie, very fun movie. I think it's very entertaining. Superman 2, the Lester version. Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, which I think is better than the Lester version, probably even better than the first movie. And that one actually ties into the first movie even better, I think. And then you got Man of Steel. Some people like it, some people hate it. I like it. Now, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. A lot of people hate this movie, don't know why, but I think it's very enjoyable. It's a lot better than Salvation. Thor and Thor: The Dark World. These are fun movies. These are entertaining movies. Although I think this one's a little better than Dark World, but Dark World's still pretty good. Total Recall remake, a lot better than the original. Don't care what we'll say. Toy Story trilogy. These are all really fun movies. I love these films. These are like my favorite movies of all time. Transformers. So I got the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. Now some people hate these movies, some people like these movies. I really like them. I think they're very enjoyable. Apart from this one. This one I don't really care for as much. Because in terms of these three movies, it doesn't make sense. It has a lot of new plot points and it has nothing to do with these movies. Because they're trying to kind of reboot it, but still kind of a continuation. And it's like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So you need to pick sequel or reboot. This felt more like a reboot than an actual sequel. And I think that's really the downside of Cage's Extinction. It feels more like a reboot than a sequel. Two and a Half Men Season 1. This is a funny show. Before it stopped being funny. Which was around Season 9, and before it got stupid, which was, again, around Season 9. I suggest only watching the Charlie years because they are hilarious. Once Kutcher started on the show, and once Jade, or Angus, we're gonna call him, left, that's when the show kind of got really stupid. But it was okay. It was decent. It just wasn't as good quality as this during this run. Underworld 1, 2, 3, and 4. This one's the prequel. I would suggest watching it first, but still all around fun movies. Another Rock movie, Walking Tall, very good movie. This one apparently has 2 standalone sequels. I don't remember what they're called, but I've never seen them, or I don't remember. But this one's really good. And then you got the X-Men series. You got X-Men, X2 X-Men United, Last Stand, Origins, First Class, which is kind of a sequel, or not a sequel, but kind of a prequel, rebooted series, whatever you want to call it. It's more of a reboot because it has a lack of continuity errors. The Wolverine, which is kind of a sequel to Last Stand. And then you got Days of Future Past, which I think's sole purpose is to rewrite the timeline and erase 5 of the 7 movies. Because it does a good job at that. And there's apparently supposed to be a special edition director's cut coming out. I'm assuming next month or so. I hopefully plan to get that. And so yeah, that is my DVD collection. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Made under an hour. So I'll check you later.